Back with Gori. Tiziak. There's Denton again, slight deflection from Kane there, but Asai keeps the ball. Well, just inside 20 minutes in this game. 3 shots on target. Leicester with 2 of them. As here come West Ham again. And booted out by Thibaut.
It's definitely down this left-hand side for West Ham that I think they should look for if they're going to have any joy. Good period of possession for them, their best so far in the game by a mile. But actually, in the absence of Captain Cayman, I think it's Hannah Kane filling in at right wing-back, and she's pretty much an out-and-out forward, won't really like running back towards her own goal. So if Thibaut doesn't get across and deal with Asai, I think Denton can have some joy if she joins in a little bit more often.
So the corner is played short again. Asai with a shot goalwards, blocked and put over the bar by Siren.
Yeah, it was half a chance at best for Siren, difficult one to get on target. It's worth noting as well that in the 2 goals that West Ham have scored, one was an own goal and one was a penalty, so yet to score from open play. They'll look to make the most of those set-piece chances.
Muchon, chests that down, controls it, weaves her way through West Ham, and then Denton just barging her off to see it out of play.
Which did really well, Denton, because I thought Muchon had managed to get just the wrong side of her, but she put her body right between the ball and the striker, and she needed to as well, because of the footwork. She's full of confidence at the minute, Muchon, absolutely nothing to lose. I'm not sure if it went out of play or as a little bit of a foul, a tug on the back of the shirt, but she's got 1 foot in her mouth, Muchon, every time she gets the ball.
This is her first starts this season. Muchon as Gori cuts away into midfield. Here is Morgan. Morgan strikes. Blocked again. Ueki has a chance. And headed away by Leicester. Tiziak. Endo with Morgan. Played in, and McLaughlin is there. Thibaut. No shots on target from either side so far. A little bit cagey. Just over 20 minutes in.
No, but I do think there's goals in this game. As you've said, they're both playing quite similar systems, both trying to play out from the back when given the opportunity. But West Ham have definitely improved in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Showing a little bit more composure in possession, trying to build with purpose. And maybe it's difficult for Leicester to sustain that level of high press and intensity for the whole 90 minutes, so they're just picking their moments.
As Denton drives down this left-hand side, gets her shot away. Ueki can't bully her way onto the end of the ball. And falls for Endo, but Swaby just catches her head in that challenge.
Yeah, it looked a painful one. She gets a good defensive header on it from the incoming Ueki, and it was a fascinating foot race down the left, wasn't it, between Kane and Denton. Not sure who's going to win that race. Hopefully we see a few more opportunities to judge it, but good to see the referee stopping the game so that Swaby can have some treatment.
Yeah, nasty challenge on her head there for Chantal Swaby. What will this man, Rick Passmore, be saying at this moment of the game, Nia?
I think he'd be really chuffed with the way his team started. As you've mentioned, they've not been too wonderful away from home in particular, not too great against West Ham away either. West Ham picking up 3 wins in the last 4 when they've played Leicester City at home. So he'll be really pleased with how they started on the front foot. They look composed in possession. They look threatening when they go forward, and they had West Ham penned in for large parts of the opening 15-20 minutes. So I think it would be Rhian Skinner who has actually got a little bit more to say. She'll want to see a little bit more from her team. She'll want to see them showing a little bit more for her backline when they do win the ball back, because they're doing the hard bit of dispossessing Leicester and then they're almost gifting possession straight back.
Swaby back to her feet as the travelling Leicester City fans clap her as she walks past. And we'll look to get back underway with a drop ball for Kirsty Dowie. Gori says no, that's not for me, I'm not taking that one.
She does enough for this team.
And it's going to be Siren who gets us back off and underway. Rick Passmore still coaching from the sidelines, calling his players in. Well, that ball bounced off Siren's shin, so she's going to have to retake that apparently.
That's like me at 5-a-side every time it comes to me these days.
And just too far for Fionn Morgan there, out for a goal kick. Janina Leitzig in her all-pink kit for Leicester City today. She's made more saves than any keeper in the league this season, Leitzig, which maybe says a little bit about her defensive line in front of her.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. She'll be chuffed that she's being kept busy, but at the same time, I bet she wishes she had a few less to make.
Keeps her on her toes, though.
Yep.
Yuta Asseyi reaches that ball first, and a good block.
Oh, it's a shame. Offside called in the end, but it's a really neat little flick around the corner at the outside of the boot from her strike partner, Martinez.
She's been lively this half, Vivian Asseyi. Created some good opportunities for West Ham. And elsewhere, positive sight for Liverpool. So they're 1-0 up in their game.
I almost feel a little bit like West Ham aren't paying Leicester the respect they deserve. They're letting their backline have it and almost hoping that they make an error higher up the pitch. But actually, they've been okay so far, Leicester. They're going in ones, really, when they do go to press. Martinez is going on her own, or Asseyi's going on their own. It's not a collective effort like we see Leicester City go when they do choose to press.
Back with Tiziak. I spoke with Amber Tiziak ahead of this season, and she said she had really high hopes for this year, having been on a bit of a
This is, again, we said they're looking most lively down this left-hand side, and it's the movement of Asseyi that actually just drags Hannah Kane across a little bit it opens up, probably high on confidence from her involvement with the Lionesses a couple of weeks ago, and it's not far away.
Well, that would have been her first goal of the season, and that is by far the best chance of this game so far. Just skimming the crossbar, and that, you would have hoped, has woken Leicester City up a little bit. Playing out from the back, Leipzig.
You can hear the cheer from the West Ham fans. That's what they want to see. They want to see Leicester close down. They want to see the backline players under pressure. She looked almost hesitant to go, Ueki, and they made her go.
Ale. We need a goal.
That's a catchy chant.
Yeah, correct. They do need a goal. West Ham desperately in need of some points too. Asai plucks that out. Into Denton again. Gets past Thibault. Drives into the box, cuts it back. Fionn Morgan blocks on the line. Martinez still alive for West Ham and just wide again. Martinez can't get that on target. But West Ham pressing for an opener here.
Really good play again. And it's last-ditch defending. Thibault with the block on the line. They can't clear it. Keys straight to Gorry. Oh, how close was that from Martinez? Given her form, you're just expecting it to ripple into the back of the net. But this is so much better from West Ham. Where has that been for the opening 20 minutes?
That chance from Denton a few moments ago, sparking them into life here. And you feel now that the home sides are on top. And you feel something coming from this game. Tiziak. Endo. And with Liverpool leading elsewhere against Brighton this afternoon, they really need something to keep them in this league this year. That would be Liverpool's first points of the season if they were to keep that scoreline. Out to Thibault and Kane.
I think that just period of possession there, maybe it didn't come off in the end, just out of play from Leicester, but shows their improvement. That we would never have seen the confidence for them to show, play it 1-2 touch football around the corner against an athletic high press. Just shows that confidence has grown in them under Passmore since the start of the season.
Tiziak short pass back to Schimek, does eventually clear, only as far as Tierney. Ueki does really well. Cool heads. Out to Denton. Nice ball up to find Asai. Left-hand side, cuts it back straight to the hands of Leipzig.
I think that's one criticism we can mention so far. They're getting into really good areas, wide areas, West Ham, but the delivery so far just not enough quality on them to trouble the goalkeeper.
Just over the half-an-hour mark. Still yet to find a breakthrough, find an opener in this game from either side. But West Ham certainly looking the more likely at the minute, as Tierney just brings down Gorry there. Well, elsewhere, Tottenham have equalised against London City Lionesses. Tandberg, their top striker this year with that goal. Asseyi here for West Ham, cuts in, tries to find Martinez. Tiziak. Gori plays it back. Zadorsky and Endo. Morgan. Closed down quick on that right-hand side. Gori does well. And Swaby out for a West Ham throw.
Yeah, just a little bit too central on that attack for me, West Ham. That's where Leicester have most of their bodies. That's where they're congesting the pitch, the centre of it. So, not sure why they keep trying to penetrate through there. They've had most, if not all, of their joy in wide areas, particularly on the left, as we said. I think Erik Stotter is doing a really good job in helping out her full-back when it comes to defensive duties. I think they're less astute on the opposite side with Denton and Asseyi.
Zadorsky. Asseyi. Switch to Morgan. Siren. So pretty level in terms of possession. Feels to me that West Ham have had more of it, but Leicester picking those passes out, I guess. And as the scoreline suggests, still level.
Yeah, I know often we say a game of two halves, but this has almost been a half of two halves. Leicester definitely the stronger outfit in the opening 15, but West Ham have really grown into it.
Kane keeps that in. Only as far as Denton to pluck it out. Nice spin by Martinez. And Martinez is away. Option with Morgan to her right. And plucked out by Swaby. Martinez again though, chips over ball to find Asseyi. Thibault heads clear. And there is Leipzig to catch with both hands.
I'll tell you what a turn that is in the centre of the pitch for Martinez. And she's not just done it to anybody, she's done it to an experienced Belgian international. Another nice bit of skill from Anna Kane.
Kane on the attack here. Van Egmonds. Inside the box for Leicester. Tierney. Ale. And Thibault just pauses, looks for the right option. Swaby. Looks to find the run of Erik Stotter.
I should be disappointed because she created the opportunity for herself. She didn't have a huge amount of options. Oh, what a brilliant turn that is. There's no catching her, but good cover in the end from McLaughlin, but she gives her the opportunity to get it. Could she have fed Morgan in, or could she have taken it herself even down the left-hand side where it seemed to open up? Tries an audacious little chip, and it's good cover in the end from Thibault.
Looking for that support. Got a really good run from Shakira Martinez. Only 2 goals for her this season. Both have come in the League Cup, but as we keep mentioning at the end of last season, a flurry of goals for her as Denton. Quick footwork, plays out to Siren. And Siren's strike is just over.
I think Leicester will be quite happy with that. The two more dangerous opportunities for West Ham have come from distance. Denton's was a little bit closer than this one for Siren, but she does have a little bit of space. Too much space if you ask Rick Passmore on the edge of the Leicester box.
Martinez, hot on Leipzig's toes. Out to Swaby, plucked out by Ueki.
I think that's for me. If she's going full speed to close the keeper down, Martinez, she needs Ueki on the right and Asei on the left to be on the first touch of Swaby when it arrives. They've got too much time to control it, the Leicester backline. And then they just inch their way forward with throw-ins and little free kicks just to take the pressure off.
Tiziak. Oh, short play. Here is Tierney for Leicester. And it's not on target. What a brilliant opportunity for Leicester City on the counter.
She has to score. She simply has to score. It's really laboured, and Siren, her hands are on her head before it's even met the foot of Tierney. Nobody has played for Leicester City women more times than her. The goalkeeper is rooted to the spot. She can't believe she hasn't scored.
Well, that's disappointing. She'll have to put that behind her pretty quickly. Rick Passmore thought they were in there. Thought they'd head in at half-time, a goal up, but still some work to do for him and his side. So 4 minutes of normal time to go before the break. Asei, nice flick, touch, and chips it out wide to Morgan. Morgan sends it into the box, headed down. And Van Egmond out to West Ham's back line.
Just the intensity of West Ham's passing is certainly increased, and they're doing a little bit more of this, looking for the switch option a little bit earlier. They're trying to be too cute, playing too many short passes in the opening stages. It was inviting pressure, but way more unpredictable now.
Zadorsky out to Denton. Asei inside the box. Asei with a twist and a shot. And in the end, easy for Leipzig again.
Yeah, she did well to wrestle an opportunity for herself, but the easier option was just a little layoff to Martinez on the edge of the box.
Muchon gets past. Zadorsky to contend with on the edge of the box, sends it goalwards. Gori clears. Still alive for Leicester. And Leicester with a strike, and again from Eric Stossier and McLaughlin there.
I will be astounded if this one ends 0-0. McLaughlin on this occasion with the half volley came back out to her, and Shemmick made a really smart save.
She hasn't had too much to do, Kinga Shemmick. But that one did send her diving.
Here it is again. It was Muchon down the right-hand side. Last time unable to stop the cross. That's the first block. It's the second one. She does really well to stay over it and keep it down. It is arrowing towards that far corner from McLaughlin.
Van Egmond teases it off to Tierney, and here is Thibault. Denton back to Gori in some space. Asei. Ueki and McLaughlin. Ueki pinches that off. Just coming into half-time, Rianne Skinner and her staff having a think of how they can get past this Leicester City sides. What will she be saying in the changing rooms, do you think, Nia?
Well, I think she can be pleased with how they've grown in the game. They've certainly improved as the half has worn on. They've got into some really good areas out wide. Delivery hasn't quite been there. But she'll also want them to be a little bit sharper when they're building out, because Sam Tierney really should have put the away side up.
Sent into the box, two hands for Schimek. Tries to play away quickly, but Ale heads it clear. So 4 minutes of added time in this first half. Both managers deep in thoughts, trying to break these back lines. Both know each other very well, playing similar styles of football. And Kirsty Dowie just having a word with Ale there for that challenge.
Yeah, always astute in her defensive responsibilities. Ale doesn't get dribbled past too many times, but hasn't had the opportunity to push on forward for Leicester like she usually does, and I think they're missing that. She's got the most assists for them last season, which is impressive considering the position that she plays.
That was her debut season too, signed from Tottenham last year on a free. As Asei plays it into the box, headed up by Ueki. And Ale clearing the danger there because Martinez was lurking. Denton will take this throw in. She's had a good half down this wing. Created that first opportunity that really sparked them into life.
Yeah, she has, and they need to get her on the ball a little bit more if they're going to penetrate the Leicester back line, as you've said, because they've had the measure of Fionn Morgan on most occasions on the right-hand side, but...
Morgan finds Gori. Inside the box, nice spin from the captain. Booted away. Tiziak, surrounded by blue, looks for some support. Morgan gets away down the right-hand side, sends a cross in, and it's over the byline already.
Even she can see the funny side to that delivery. She's just trying desperately to get real good power on it so that the forwards, if they do connect, don't have to do much, but just sliced across it a little bit, Morgan, and that sums up their half really. Again, when they look like they're in a really promising position, West Ham in wide areas, delivery hasn't quite been there. And really, that's the tale of their season so far as well. Plenty of possession, creating opportunities, but just not clinical enough, which hasn't been the case in their cup matches. Both of these teams picked up 2 good wins in their League Cup campaigns, scoring plenty of goals as well. So the coaches just be hoping they can transfer that form across to the league.
Tierney. Kane. Shoved over by Asei.
Yeah, she's some nice touches so far in this game, Hannah Kane.
So about 20 seconds to go before the half-time whistle. And you feel a last opportunity. It will fall for Leicester, and Hannah Kane sends it in. Headed out, and Thibaut, well, not sure who that was to, but that was the last action of the game. And at half-time, it's goalless. Denton with a great chance for West Ham, sparking them into life. Shakira Martinez with a few of them too, and then Leicester City and Sam Tierney with an open net. But at the break, it's goalless. West Ham 0, Leicester City 0.
Thompson, rapid. And Cannerud equally so, pointing to where she wanted it. Thompson, brilliant! These first 8 minutes have been all about the champions. And they've come to Arsenal again. And they're doing what they so often do in these big ones in particular. And Alyssa Thompson has just scored a gorgeous opening goal.
Yeah, it's a really bold selection from the Arsenal manager, but that midfield too being absolutely cut through by Chelsea's midfield, and Alyssa Thompson drives forward, brilliant little layoff to Kennerid, and she does really well to recognise she can't get a shot off, and the only option Alyssa Thompson has got from that angle and the way the ball's played back to her is the chip, and she executes it absolutely perfectly.
Meads corner, oh, it's a good one. And it's 1-1. Cracking finish into the roof. Stina Blackstenius gets a start, gets a goal.
Just seeing a replay of Blackstenius' goal, is there a question that it maybe comes off her hand?
Well, this is why it has been chalked off and why it is still 1-0. Harsh or not?
I think very harsh. I'm not sure it touches her hand.
They're both nervous in their own way. Everyone knows this feeling, whatever end of it you've been on. Oh, good ball into Russo! Arsenal needed a last-minute hero. And they've got one.
Whoa, that's tight. They maybe have had a favour done by the assistant referee on the far side, but maybe that's justice for the disallowed goal earlier. But it's a fantastic ball nonetheless from Frida Mornham.
Even the clearances are a bit scuffy. Russo's found energy, God knows where from. Here she goes, the ball's got to be played, and it has for Frida Mornham. Mornham! You cannot believe this, because the flag's up again. I think that's the right call. By her boot only. I'm looking at the far side.
Picked up by Villa, and now they are racing forward. It's Hansen who's racing up the pitch. There's a brilliant chance. Georgia Mullet on target for Aston Villa. The corner comes in, clear, but then struck back in, and Aston Villa have taken the lead.
Thomas Joyce with the punch, but just centrally, but struck beautifully. She had to adjust just slightly, and here we go. 1-0 Aston Villa.
Park comes to Riviere, who then clips it to the far post. Might fall to Mallard. All sorts of players there. Toon, a really important block from Patton. Ella Toon from close range. Anna Patton to the rescue.
Thomas Joyce is up.
This is one of those moments, isn't it? Everybody up. Because time is running out for Manchester United to get anything from this game, or ends up coming off the crossbar. Was that it? Was that the last moment for Manchester United to get anything from this game?
Well, an eventful day yesterday in the WSL, but here it is goalless, and we can have a look at some of the first half highlights. Oh, we'll have a look at the fixtures first elsewhere. So London City holding Tottenham at half-time 1-1. Liverpool a goal up at Brighton and Hove Albion. That would be their first points of the season. And here it is goalless against West Ham and Leicester. And then at 2:30, Everton host Manchester City. So, some first half highlights in this goalless fixture. Sent over the bar by Siren, but West Ham pushing early on. A good first half, has been end to end, but they've had some really strong chances. And a lot of them have come down this wing, with Denton cutting in and just sending it over the crossbar. An excellent opportunity for Anouk Denton. And again, here she comes driving down that wing. Falls for Morgan, and a save on the line. Cleared only as far as Morgan again, and Martinez with a strike just wide. Looking for her first goal in the league, Shakira Martinez today. And that was a good opportunity, 4-1. And the third time, a good chance of West Ham with Denton. Squares to Siren. And Siren's strike is again over the bar. But they can take good confidence from this West Ham. They've had a fair few opportunities. And this was the poor pass back. Amber Tiziak to Siren, hands on head, straight to Sam Tierney, who doesn't even get it on target. And she knows what a massive chance that was. Unmarked. Centre of the box. It does not get much easier than that. Luchon with a chance across the face of goal. Gorry clears only as far as McLaughlin. Sends Schimek diving. And then Eric Stottier with the follow-up. Saved by Amber Tiziak there. Good dive from Schimek. But at half-time, no team making the breakthrough as of yet. It is goalless. West Ham 0, Leicester City 0.
I've always wanted to do that. That's something no one knows.
Right, great start.
We're allowed to look at them.
This is time to talk. What is your earliest football memory? This is a good one.
Probably when I was playing for my grassroots boys team. I'm still mates with a lot of the boys, so yeah.
Earliest would be in Canada.
I just remember like the big shirts.
Yes.
Way
Like
too
down
big.
here.
Literally
Yeah,
my shoulder was
yeah.
like on my knee.
Is it okay to recline your seat on a plane?
Oh, right. Up, down, up,
Really?
down, up, down. I said no.
No.
Do you not think so?
No, is it okay for you?
Listen, if they recline,
No,
I'm
no,
reclining.
oh no, yeah, if they're reclining, I'm reclining, but I'm not just reclining on some poor lady behind me.
Do you not?
Never.
I thought you'd be straight back feet.
No, I couldn't. I'd be mortified.
Plane etiquette is an interesting field. If I'm really tired, I'm sorry.
You need to.
I'm going.
You just need to.
Yeah.
No other option.
this is quite strange actually, but I was born like this. I'm not even kidding either. That is how I came out the womb. When I was 6, I was on holiday, I got bit by a monkey on Monkey Mountain. My whole family just laughed at me. I'm dead crying, like I'm so much in pain, and then Well, recently I've had a lot of people like my accent.
Yeah.
Like even when I signed, the girls were like, "Where's your accent from?"
Yeah.
And I've been doing like media recently, and they're like, "Are you English?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm 100% English. My accent is from the northeast." What's the correct order to make a cup of tea?
I think it's hot water, tea bag, brew it a bit.
Wait, no.
So, controversial, I don't actually like tea.
Me either.
Okay. I would do milk and then sugar.
I would go hot water, tea bag in, let it sit. Then you're gonna stir it a little bit, take tea bag out, sugar and milk in.
Oh, sugar then milk?
Yeah.
I've been told my cup of teas are good, so.
Perfecto. Asmita Ale, fullback, Leicester City. If I weren't a footballer, I'd probably go to uni and not do something that I really wanted to do and just, you know, wouldn't enjoy my life as much as I do right now.
Going to breakfast now with my roomie.
What made me fall in love with football is that it's a nice team sport. I met a lot of people within it and it helped me grow as a person as well, not just like on the pitch. I think it brought out confidence in me that I didn't have when I was a child. The position I play is fullback, both sides left or right. I really enjoy it because I can defend and I attack, being very creative as well. My biggest strength on the pitch is reading the play.
Hales won it back, spotted the run of Mamiki, who's lifted it over Hannah Hampton. What a wonderful goal!
Leicester City is a great club. I just love it, yeah. The WSL is such a strong league because it has players from all across the world. It's got really high standards and the fans are great as well. Personally, I just want to have the best season that I've had. I want to keep improving as a player and get assists, key passes and defend really well.
As they're through again here and Leicester have got a third.
I just want to be satisfied in what I do and just be happy.
So, goalless at the break between these two sides at the bottom end of the table. West Ham 0, Leicester City 0, as the fans watch on a cold Sunday afternoon. A lot of these 12 o'clock kickoffs, early rises for these fans. And a fan favourite, Shakira Martinez, who maybe should have put one in the back of the net, as both teams are back out in their huddles. Former Wales, Reading and Yeovil defender Nia Jones alongside me for the final half of this game. So, two teams out. What do you think we'll see differently from these teams now?
I think more of the same. I think the key message would have been to be more clinical and composed once they do get into those really good offensive areas. It's been pretty even so far. As we said, Leicester edged the first 20 minutes, but West Ham almost dominated the latter half. In terms of shots, West Ham had 9, Leicester had 7, but both only registering 1 on target. So that is the key area that they need to improve on. Both been starved of goals so far this season, and you're not going to pick up points unless you score.
So no substitutes from either side at the break. For Rick Passmore of Leicester City and Rhian Skinner of West Ham, and all the players on this right wing for West Ham. Don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I wonder where the ball's going.
And out of play.
Yeah, it's a tactic we're seeing a lot from kickoffs, is almost a little bit like we see in rugby union, is just playing for territory. Get the team on the back foot straight from the off, but not worked out for West Ham.
Leicester and Sam Tierney being barged off there. Van Egmond wants to take that quickly. The referee, Kirsty Dowie, says nope, take it back, wait for me, or in the wrong position.
It's a shame, because actually Van Egmond had spotted that they were a little bit short, West Ham, on their left-hand side, but actually it was a save that did a little bit of gamesmanship and slowing down that free kick in the first instance. Surprisingly went unpunished.
So Sam Tierney's going to launch this into the box. Ale finds herself on the end of it, recycles it, headed out by Zadorsky. And falls back to Tierney.
It was a good ball in the first instance from Tierney, well defended in the end.
Ale. Again, Tierney's lurking there at the far post. Eric Stottier keeping that ball in. Sends it in again. 2 hands for Schimek. Started well, Leicester.
Yeah, they have. No one quite connecting with the crosses, but intent from the off.
Say can't move forward. Goes back to Zadorsky. And Tiziak and Endo. And Fia Morgan. It's like miscommunication from those two down that wing. Tierney. Kane. Good burst of pace from the Welsh international.
She did well to get back, Zadorsky, because she was left for dead in the first instance. Relied on Denton to delay Kane.
Tiziak. To Endo. Links up with Morgan this time. Slight heavy touch. Pass out from Morgan. And falls straight to McLaughlin. Martinez. Spins again. Does well, the German striker. Morgan out to Ueki. Ueki sends it in. Appeals from the West Ham team. Muchon. And a sliding tackle from Asei.
They just managed to get so many bodies back, Leicester. It seemed to open up a little bit for Morgan on the edge. As it comes to Ueki, she's trying to create half a yard for herself. Little ricochet off Ale. I don't think there's much in that. It's very, very close from where it came from Swaby.
Van Egmond. Headed by Tiziak.
Just spotted the keeper off her line, Van Egmond.
Worth a chance, worth a shot. Still looking for the breakthrough. Muchon.
I think they're missing a focal point when Muchon does drift out into the channels, where she has proven to be a handful. There's nobody really busting a gut to fill in for her or to underlap from her to really occupy anybody in West Ham's box.
He's put his glasses now on, Rick Passmore. He's ready, raring to go for this second half, yeah. Tierney. Siren picks it up, midfield for West Ham. Can't keep control of it though. McLaughlin. Morgan. Got some room to drive forward here. Fionn Morgan. And Ale. First touch, kicks that out.
Yeah, I think it's a slightly different system to what we were originally expecting when we saw the names on the team sheet and how Leicester have set up previously. It's more of a back four most of the time, with Ale at left back and Thibaut at right back. And it means that they're very connected as a four when they're in that low block, but...
Denton. Oh, and it's rolled in! And it's Martinez with the final touch. And it's rolled in at the near post. And I don't think Leipzig knew much about that, but it's a cross from Denton, and all of a sudden, West Ham lead.
Well, never mind Leipzig not know much about it. I'm not sure how much Martinez knows about it either. Her first league goal should be so chuffed to get that one scratched off, and we've said they've looked dangerous from wide areas all afternoon. Denton's been a handful down the left, and actually, for the first time, Martinez gets across the front post, which is what your strikers to do at the very least. And it just gets tangled under both players' feet. It's a little bit fortunate for West Ham, but for a team who've had their worst start in their Super League history, they need a little bit of luck on their side, and look how much it means to them.
Well, they have deserved it. It has been coming. Created multiple opportunities in the first half, and for Shakira Martinez, as you said, Nia, that's her first league goal this season. And that will do her heaps of confidence in this West Ham side. She's been a handful today. And she's on the score sheet now.
Just wondering if it's something that Skinner mentioned at half-time, is actually just getting more bodies in and around the goalkeeper. Often on her own up against 2 or 3 Leicester women. Was Martinez in the first half. They had to go with her across the front post, and fortune favours the brave.
Denton again. Set that goal up. Martinez on the end of it. There's options in the middle. Shakira Martinez. Still alive, headed out. Fulsom Morgan. Got Ale to get past. Gets to the byline, cuts it back. Ueki picks it up. And over the bar from Endo.
Oh, what a difference a goal makes. Fizzing with confidence now, our West Ham. Charging down the left was Martinez. I thought she could have played in Ueki a little bit earlier. There's the speed that's synonymous with Fionn Morgan. Does well to get an angle on the cutback. And they're queuing up in the end. It's a poor shot at the end of a good move.
Siren. Asei. Back to Tiziak. Well, they look full of life now, West Ham, full of confidence. And Rhian Skinner will be happy with that. Whatever she said at half-time has worked.
Are they blankets? Are they Christmas blankets on the West Ham bench? Well, it's getting chilly.
The Christmas lights are on Oxford Circus now. Christmas is just around the corner. I can imagine it's quite cold. Sitting down on the subs bench, waiting to come on, waiting for their turn to make an impact in this game. Sharnik playing out with her feet. And she's off her line, and Muchon, if she gets to this ball, it's a good opportunity. Good defensive work by Zadorsky there.
Oh, it's brilliant from the Canadian international. She has really saved her goalkeeper here. It's a really good touch to start with when she came out to intercept, but then she just needs to clear it. Put a team under pressure.
Say just dragging Keys down there. And the referee, Kirsty Dowie, will have a word with Asai about that. So there looks to be a substitution. Layla Wanderler, new signing from Lyon, only 19 years old. And it's going to be Fionn Morgan who makes her way off. New signing for a new signing. And the 19-year-olds will look to make an impact in this second half.
And I think she's done well, Morgan. It's a difficult position to play wing back. You've got to have a really strong work ethic. Pick your moments of when you drop back in and help out as a back five almost, or when you push forward and offer some width. And she's shown some nice touches. Deliveries have been good so far in the second half, but Wanderler is a really, really exciting signing. Scored a wonder goal in the League Cup against Charlton and picked up an assist as well.
Sharnik's pass out the back.
I think that's what they need to go back to, Rick Passmore's team, is putting the West Ham backline under pressure. That's how they started the match, and that's how they got their joy.
Ale. Throw in, Ueki heads it on. Keys. Tierney. Tierney again. And rolled out to Amber Tiziak. Options here to Wanderler. Fresh legs for the Switzerland international. Muchon. Quick footwork, gets past Tiziak. And out for a corner.
A good recovery challenge from Tiziak, and gets a well-earned low five for her efforts as well. It just almost slowed down this attack. It was a good forward ball to Muchon. She's in a 1v1 waiting for support. She needed to get the timing of that one right, Tiziak, and she did.
Looking for 2-2, Mouchon. Scored against Arsenal in their last game out. Swung in. And 2 hands for Szymek and easy in the end.
I particularly enjoyed seeing 5'1" Katrina Gorry being the one to pick up Mouchon on the set piece.
Hey, she's always well in it. She loves a tackle, the West Ham captain. Australian international, of course, very experienced. There's Tierney. Finds Kane. And out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's difficult for Leicester to get in behind when they do slow the ball down like that. They need to move it with purpose, and a little bit more speed, because they are only a back four now, Leicester. They haven't got the natural width that they used to have when they played with wing-backs in previous matches under Passmore. There's not the space that Hannah Kane and Eric Stotter are used to in front of them.
Oh, well, Kinga Szymek has gone down here. We need to see the replay. She looks to be in some pain, actually. Clutching her hamstring, I think.
Yeah, and we're used to seeing this sometimes if a team has been up against it and maybe the keeper goes down for a bit of treatment to give their team a breather, but oh no, that's not a good sign at all for the Polish international. It looks like she's pulled her hamstring.
Well, it could have been from this earlier, maybe a poor landing, but when a player does it on their own, that's never a good sight.
Yeah, I'm no expert in sign language, but the action that she just made with her gloves suggests that she'll have to come off here. You don't want your goalkeeper playing with even a minor tear. Affects everything, affects how you can come and close down. Obviously your distribution and your kicking. They have got an able replacement on the bench who has been filling in the cup for them, in Megan Walsh. Sure, she'll be up doing a warm-up. Skinner gets some messages across to her 2 centre-backs.
Yeah, Megan Walsh might be brought on here. Featured in both of their League Cup games. Featured in 2 early WSL games this season too. But hasn't really featured recently in the league. There's Thibault there, just Spurs on her Leicester City sides. They need to get back in this. Oh, well, as she is back up, Szymek. Calling her team to come forward to her, though.
I mean, that is a crazy decision to keep her on the pitch. She's even saying aloud for the opposition to hit, I can't kick it. Oh, if you're a Leicester player, you'd be putting her under all sorts of pressure from here on in.
And here they come, McLaughlin, Kane, Tierney. Well, Megan Walsh, you can just about see on the West Ham bench there. She is sat down, the backup goalkeeper. She's not warming up. Does have her boots on ready, but she doesn't look like she's coming on the pitch anytime soon.
I mean, she's taking the blanket off, but that's as far as it goes. There's no gloves, there's no shin pads.
Fluffy blankets as well, but quite comfy. So Szymek will keep her place. There's still a long way to go in this WSL season. And if Szymek has done a hamstring, you really don't want to be keeping her on the pitch, really, looking long-term wise.
No, she's such an important figure, experienced, as you've said, Polish international. But just the nature in which she pulled up and immediately stopped suggested that she's definitely done a little bit of damage there. And even if it is a grade 1, as they say, if you play on that and you do intense actions, kicking, sprinting, it can definitely worsen. And as you say, that can become a really nasty injury. I just think from a mental perspective, in a game like this, a game this close, why would you want a player on the pitch who's not 100%?
In an important position as well in goal, keeping the ball out of the nets. And a goal update in the other game, it's 2-2 now, so still a point apiece between London City Lionesses and Tottenham, but both have an extra goal on the sheets. Nikita Paris and Evelina Summanen for both sides. Passmore emerging from the dugout, encouraging his team to try and get back in this game. Momentum slightly being knocked out with that injury to Schimek. Vondeler. To Vondeler. Ueki's making a dart into the box, and Ale does well again.
Yeah, she does, because it can be a frightening prospect if you're up against a tricky, pacey winger and there's lots of green grass around you, but never ever shies away from those instances, Ale.
So West Ham's third corner. Muchon's going to hold off Zadorsky and Ueki, or try to anyway, as Sei will send this in. And again, straight to the hands of Leipzig.
Yeah, I can't think that's what they intended, because there was nobody even on the goalkeeper. As you say, sometimes that's somebody's role to purely put them under pressure and stop them coming to claim it, but way too close to Leipzig.
Denton, throw to Martinez, inside the box, quick footwork, plays it out to Siren. Endo latches on the end of this one, sends it in again, Martinez. And then a shot straight at Leipzig.
Oh, it was an audacious effort, wasn't it, for Martinez, who's clearly high on confidence after her goal. Thought it had lost a little bit of momentum, but it's a good delivery in the end, and maybe the follow-up shot from Siren again should be better either side of Leipzig. She might have had another one on the scoreboard for her team. I think if they want to get back into this one, Leicester, I think Rick Passmore needs to inject a little bit of energy. It's gone a little bit flat from the away side.
Yes, a couple of substitutes maybe for Leicester City inbounds. Tierney, Kane, Muchon. Tripped out by Gori, and then Muchon just catches her ankles there.
It's actually a good foul to commit for Muchon. She's not happy with it, but Thibaut was full gas on the right-hand side from fullback. Nobody managed to find her, but she was all out of position, and there was space in behind for a Sei. Muchon didn't make that challenge.
So it's as if we knew. A substitution for Leicester City, and Emily Van Egmond makes her way off, and Jutta Rantala makes her way on. 2 goals in the League Cup for her, yet to score in the league, but a player who, when she signed a few years ago, made an immediate impact with her time at Leicester City. recovering from a bad injury last year. Asai. To find Ueki. And Ale clears the danger.
Yeah, really good again cover. She'd come out of her usual position at left back to help her mate, and actually had left Vondelar, the substitute, all alone, but knew she had to make the challenge as well. There was a simple tap in probably for a direct opponent.
So another chance for West Ham. Will they do something differently this time? Well, I'm not sure what we're waiting for here.
The referee signalling something to do with the ball, maybe not happy with its placement. Not sure how she can see from there.
Oh, she's happy now. Asai swings it in, near post, headed out by Thibaut. Endo heads it back to Asai. And Kane clears once more for a throw. Well, I saw something in another league game where they brought the advertising boards close to the byline to stop these long throws. Just wondering whether it might be the same, but it's a short one anyway. So here we go again then. Asai swings it in at the far post this time, headed goalwards by Zadorsky and hits the side netting.
Yeah, did well to connect with it, the centre-back, but actually wriggles free from Mooch on her marker, but it needs to go back across goal. Going to be difficult to beat Leicester at a near post from there.
Ueki putting that Leicester back line under pressure. Well, she'll get the chance to retake that as Mita Ale. And Shannon O'Brien there, looking to come on as a substitute shortly. Denton, quick footwork, but mistouches that, and Tierney furious with that pass, disappointing. Need to find Mouchon.
Yeah, again, it's just in those moments. They haven't had many of them, Leicester, but just not enough quality. There's a simple pass to Mouchon. As you say, maybe Tierney still with a little bit of a hangover from that shot that she missed, that glaring miss in the first half. If the score ends exactly like this, she'll struggle to sleep tonight, replaying that opportunity over and over again. It's something that you do in training over and over again. I'm sure she hits the back of the net every single time.
Ueki out to Vondelar. Vondelar getting the better of Ale. Swings it in goalwards. Gorry not in the right place to hit that. Zadorsky, she's got Mouchon breathing down her neck, playing out from the back to Ziak.
Again, they're the opportunities that Leicester really need to latch on to. We know that she can't clear it long. The West Ham goalkeeper got that niggle in the hamstring, so you need to sniff out that opportunity, put her into pressure. You know she's going to play it short.
Mouchon, Kane, plucked out by Gorry. And now West Ham will have a chance to counter. Ueki back to Asai. Lovely switch of play to Vonderla, who's got some space to move, but a barge from Ale.
She did so well, showed really good speed, Ale, because she'd had to tuck in next to her centre-back when Asai had the ball to protect central areas, and then had to sprint across and close down Vonderla on her first touch and made it. This is a much-needed double change for Passmore's team. Two out-and-out forwards coming onto the pitch. His intent is clear. They need a goal.
Indeed. So Shannon O'Brien, the player hoping to make the difference. Very passionate player. And Rosella Ayan, former Spurs, new signing for Leicester, makes her way on too. Headed over the byline by Vonderla. So Eric Stottier and Mouchon are off, and two fresh legs in Ayan and O'Brien. Come on, can they be the difference to get Leicester City back in this? Corner kick.
We look a bit surprised by that. Leicester little hopeful toe poke through resulted in a corner. And a real opportunity for them to get back into it.
Fresh legs for Rosella Ayan. Only played 3 games as a substitute as it swung in. Cleared by Siren. Recycled by Leicester, and over the bar by Thibaut.
And more of a hit and hope in the end from Thibaut on a less favoured foot. It was a good reverse ball to her from Kane in the second phase.
So some more substitutes for West Ham here. And Ueki comes off. Bright spark up front. Ueki and Pavi. Another bright spark actually for West Ham. Oh, burst of pace from the Colombian. Makes her way on.
Another player who scored an absolute bullet in a cup game against Charlton. If you've got time, check it out. Really top quality strike.
And Anasiki as well, on loan from Tottenham this season for West Ham. Mainly featured in the cup competitions, but she's got some league minutes today as she makes way for Katrina Gorry.
I think a shout out to Katrina Gorry. I think she's so synonymous with this West Ham team. You're so used to seeing her lace up in the centre of midfield in the captain's armband, but she's so busy. It's only when you watch her live that you realise the work that she gets through in defence and in attack. A real engine room of this team.
Tiziak. So 3 substitutions for West Ham and Rhian Skinner. This would be their first win and their first points of the season if they were to keep this scoreline. And much needed too. O'Brien. McLaughlin, cut back, gets away from Martin as well. Ale. Rentala's in the box. Rentala cuts it across goal. And Szymek gets down low to smother that.
She did well, Rentala, to get it back across, but no real angle on the cutback. Easy for the keeper.
Essay. Tiziak, Endo. Well, this is just in the second half, but you can see that West Ham have had the better of it. A lot of play in midfield, though. A lot of battles winning in midfield. That's a good ball. Here is Kane. Kane cuts it across goal, cleared by Endo in the box. Essay.
Really, really good positioning from Endo, as you say, because she had Rantala and Diane bearing down behind her if she didn't make the interception. Hannah Kane probably disappointed she didn't make more of that cross, because they did well to get in behind Zadorsky. That's what they need to do. A quick 1-2 and in behind that back line, and they've probably got the measure of them for pace, Leicester.
Szymek. Cleared that one long.
And maybe the magic spray really is magic, because that didn't look like a torn hamstring to me.
Did you ever have the magic spray on you as a player?
Yeah, but never because I needed it, just because I wanted a bit of attention, probably.
Wasting some time, maybe, in the back line.
I would never. I wasn't in a winning position much to want to waste time, to be honest.
Chance from Rantala over the bar. It only takes one moment of magic for Leicester to get back in this. And she has offered something that Leicester had lacked recently.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did well at the start of the game, was they were first to react to the second balls, much like Rantala was there. She'd be disappointed not to have kept that one down. As you say, there's going to be one or two opportunities for Leicester to nick it, especially given that West Ham look like they're wanting to manage the rest of this one.
Another ball long from Szymek. Tierney over her heads. Thala, Kane. Denton picks it out. And a 50-50 tackle in Leicester's favour. Swaby. And a poor touch from my end there. Just come on as a substitute, you'd expect better of her.
Yeah, and she's high quality. She's the type of signing that excited Leicester fans, because they needed experience to go along with some of their younger signings, and having played at Spurs for so long and across in the States as well, Moroccan international.
That was the wrong ball from Martinez. Options left and right.
I think she knows it's best to keep walking from that one. Hannah Kane, good footwork again from Asai.
Tap on the back.
Yeah, from one winger to another. She can acknowledge the good skill now, I think. The Skinner not happy.
Rhian Skinner, desperate for 3 points to ease some pressure on her too. We haven't heard much of it, I think, but it is becoming more apparent with these results that West Ham keep getting. Is the pressure mounting on Rhian Skinner to keep her job?
Yeah, I think it's one of the best leagues in the world, and you know, there's only 12 top jobs in there, so of course any manager that's not winning games when they're playing at a big club with a big name like West Ham, but she's not been in the job very long. She probably wished that they'd done more in the transfer window than they managed to do. And she'll also feel like, if you actually watch their performances and not just judge their results, that they have grown with each round, they have created opportunities, they have got good quality in their ranks, so this will do them the world of good if they're able to see this one through for 3 points.
Yeah, this would be a big win. As Denton plays off to Asei on the left-hand side. Quick footwork, cuts it across goal. And over the bar. 2 players at that near post. And we saw what happened last time when there was a scuff at the near post. Martinez was there and it went in.
Oh, exactly right again. Double trouble again. Denton and Asei have been a handful all afternoon, and as you say, it's almost a carbon copy. Same cross, same run from Martinez. Unfortunately for West Ham, not the same result.
So as substitutes for Leicester and Nelly Lass. Leicester Academy product, just 17 years old. Will come on. She only played 25 minutes on the opening day against Manchester United. Played in the cup, but she's been on the bench since.
Yeah, fantastic to see her getting more and more opportunities. Been at the club since she was 9 years of age. Probably just getting a message across is not to force it. There's definitely been a step up in their urgency since he made those offensive changes. Passmore taking throw-ins quickly, trying to take free kicks quickly, but forcing the ball on occasion to their forwards.
And the goal scorer there, Shakira Martinez. The difference in this game so far, 4 minutes to go, and this was it at the near post. Didn't really know much about it. Through the legs maybe, and then Leipzig just not quick enough to tap that out. And so far, that is the moment that's made the difference. And Thibaut is the player that makes her way off for Nelly Lass. And Lass wins that throw. Headed out. Martinez clears. Ale. Lass. Cuts it back, across the face of goal.
Oh, good ball across from the youngster. It's really well read, actually, by Endo. She might have got a call from one of her teammates. Lashes straight across the face of the goal. Shemek doesn't come for it, and Endo does really well just to open up her body and let it go across. Martinez with the clearance in the end. I don't think there's any doubts about how West Ham want to see this one through. Absolutely desperate for the victory, not interested in extending their lead. Everybody back here, no messing.
Martinez again with that clearance. Get it out of the box, keep it clear. Can't imagine how Rhian Skinner feels at the minute. A touch and go. There is Asseyi. Hale gets there first. Leipzig boots it out of the ground. That gets a big cheer from the fans. Well, Leicester throw. They say doesn't like that decision. Zadorsky. Ten seconds of normal time. There'll be a little bit added on with that Szymek injury. And it will be 7 minutes to add on. And that is really enough time for Leicester to get something back in this.
Yeah, just mentally, that would have been not very nice news for the West Ham players to read, and really, really nice news for the Leicester ones to look at. So it's now or never for Passmore's team.
Vondeler to Martinez. Out to Asseyi. Can't slide on the end of that. But Leicester with the momentum. Ayan. McLaughlin. Swaby. And as this falls back to Leipzig. Will have your Barclays player of the match in the next break of play. Nia.
Yeah, well, I think as it currently stands, been looking at the West Ham team, I think Asseyi has been as lively as ever. I think Martinez deserves a shout out. She could be the match winner, of course, but my Barclays player of the match for this week goes to Anouk Denton, 22 years of age. I think she's been tireless in her work rate going forward and supporting Asseyi. She, of course, got the all-important assist for the goal for Martinez. So, yeah, I've been really impressed with her so far this afternoon.
Yeah, a deserved player of the match. Anouk Denton, been really lively down that wing as West Ham come again. Asseyi. And then Vondeler with the rebounds. Asseyi really looks like she's enjoying her football in this game.
Yeah, and again, she's one of the players that you look at the West Ham squad and you can't believe they haven't scored more goals, because she is full of quality. A French international. And if you're going to play up against West Ham, you've got her to deal with, you've got Martinez to deal with, you've got the likes of Vondeler, Morgan. You've got plenty of pace, trickery and goal-scoring ability. It just needs to all come together on a Sunday.
There's another option. Pavy cuts it back. Nobody is there. That's a good cross. And last clears.
That's what I mean from Denton. You could forgive her at these later stages of the game. She's been doing that up and down the pitch for 90 minutes. You could forgive her for sitting back a little bit and just nestling in alongside Zadorsky, but I'd like to see her GPS stats.
Well, Liverpool can't hold on to their leads. 1-1 in that game. And that's good news for West Ham. It would mean that West Ham would be off the bottom of the table if they can keep the ball out of their net in the next 4 minutes. And Salah. Well, it's nervy. They are pushing Leicester.
Yeah, it's a really nice idea between O'Brien and Hannah Kane. It's not quite alive to the return ball substitute.
Keys. Back to Ale. And Thala. You look at who Leicester have got next. Brighton away, and they've got a League Cup match. But here is Ayan. Vondola, brilliant last-minute tackle. Wins the foul too, tap on the back from Siren.
Oh, well done, Vondola. What a pass it was to Ayan. She brings it down superbly. Just needed to shorten the time between the touch and the shot. Gave Vondola an opportunity to step in.
Well, I was just going to say, you look at the games that Leicester City have got coming up and where they're going to pick up some points now. Brighton away, Man City at home, London City Lionesses with the form they're on, and Tottenham. That's a difficult run of games for Leicester. At this point last year, they were 1 point, had 1 point more in the table. So it's a fairly average start.
Yeah, and this one will sting because when you are a team like Leicester and you aren't afforded the same size or quality of roster of some of the other teams because you simply don't have that level of investment, you need to be picking up points against the teams in and around you in the table, and West Ham certainly are one of those.
And with London City, the newly promoted team, being so good and finding their form, it makes this game even more important as it's swung in from Kane, headed at the far post, and it's a chance, and it's an equaliser, and it's Shannon O'Brien with a last-minute equaliser for Leicester City. And look at what it means. West Ham 1, Leicester City 1.
Well, that is massive, absolutely massive in the fight to not be at the bottom of the WSL. Brilliant impact from the substitute. It's a searching ball, really good delivery from Hannah Kane. There's nobody at all picking up keys. They've thrown everybody forward, Leicester. And they just don't go away, do they? Never write off this team, never write off a Rick Passmore team. He's been in the game too long. You said they needed one chance and they've taken it.
O'Brien completely unmarked at the far post. Well, she's a real passionate player for Leicester City. That's her first league goal this season too. And Rianne Skinner will be absolutely gutted with that.
That'll feel like a loss. There's no doubt about it. That'll feel like a loss for Skinner and the girls. And it almost feels like a win for Leicester.
Pushing all game and just a slight lapse in concentration. And we've played over the 7 minutes.
Well, some may say, you know, they've been pretty conservative for the last 20 to 30 minutes, West Ham, so desperate to see this one through that they've almost stopped attacking, stopped trying to extend their lead, and they've been punished for it. We've seen in previous Leicester games, all they need is one chance, and they're brave in the pursuit to get in there, Leicester. They never give up.
Well, there it is. There's the full-time whistle, and it's a point apiece in the end. But Leicester City will be happier with that result. Shannon O'Brien with a last-minute equaliser before Martinez put West Ham up. They led for a long time in this game at the near post. Her first league goal of the season. But in the end, in a game where both teams really needed all points, all 3 points, it finishes a draw at the Chigwell Construction Stadium. It's finished West Ham 1, Leicester City 1. So for Leicester City, as you say, Nia, it will feel like a win for this man, Rick Passmore. He lost to Arsenal last time out, but he picks up a point here on the road against West Ham. This player, Shakira Martinez, a real danger up top for West Ham, trying to find her form this season. Scored her first goal, her first league goal today at the near post. Not sure how much she knew about it, but it will be claimed for her. But Leicester City travelling on the roads. And all of a sudden, they are level and pick up a point. For Shannon O'Brien, what a feeling that must be, Nia.
Yeah, absolutely, and she's fallen out of favour a little bit given the form of the likes of Muchon. Started the season in the starting lineup, so she got picked up a red card as well, which meant she missed a match, but you saw how much it meant to her when she came on, and it was perfect timing of the subs from Passmore. Their side has gone a little bit flat, looked like they'd lost hope of getting back into the game, but West Ham were dropping deeper and deeper. Martinez was on the edge of her own box, swiping balls away with 10-15 minutes to go. There's the finish from Martinez again. I don't want to do her a disservice. I'm not sure how much she knew about it, but they don't care, strikers. They just want to put it in the back of the net. So it looked like it was West Ham's day. It looked like it was going to be their first points of the season, never mind their first win. But Leicester, time and time again, without their captain as well, has to be said, that without a few injuries, credit to them, they just good old-fashioned never ever gave up.
You can see what it means for Leicester City. Hannah Kane smiling. She was jumping up and down a few moments ago as they have this team talk. But at the start of the day, do you think Leicester would have taken a point?
I think they would have, given their away form against West Ham, given the nature of their defeat against Arsenal last week, and knowing that West Ham are due a win as well. I still think Leicester were the underdogs coming into this one. They started really, really brightly, grew into it again in the second half, but I think you can argue after the Martinez goal, did West Ham do enough to really see it through and seal the 3 points? And that man there knows that in this game, if there's time left on the clock, when they saw 7 minutes go up, you knew there was hope. They were taking free kicks quickly, taking throw-ins quickly. It was a good delivery in from Kane. Brilliant ball across from Keys, and right place, right time for O'Brien.
Yeah, and this is what it looked like in the 96th minute. Keys sending it across goal, a low driven ball. First touch from O'Brien, second is a strike, and it finds the back of the net. Unmarked, Shymek nowhere near. And the celebration to go with it too.
I feel like that's so preventable. Looking at that one back, it was Denton who went up to try and get the header away, but there was 2 West Ham teammates behind her. Did she get a call? Did she not hear it? Did she ignore it? Would have been a simple defensive header for one of those 2 to come through and get it away, but it's not to be. And they never went away, Leicester.
Kept the pressure on. And they've got something for it. They've got a point on the road as they go over and celebrate with their travelling fans. It was end-to-end, really. Disappointment for West Ham and Shakira Martinez. And Rhiann Skinner walking on. She's an experienced manager. She knows how this feels. She's been here before, and she'll pick her team up and dust them off.
Yeah, and she'll have to, because she'll see next week's fixture against Everton at home as a winnable one for them. But speaking to those 2, they didn't do too much wrong going forward. Asai and Martinez. Really good trickery, pace. Looked threatening any time they got in behind the Leicester back line. And Martinez really is quality. If they can get the ball to her feet, she's happy with her back to goal. She's happy running in behind. So they've definitely got the ingredients to make a really tasty cake, West Ham, but it's just, they haven't quite got the recipe right yet.
It might be like last season when they found their form just too late at the end of the season. And it was Martinez who made the difference, scoring a lot of goals from January, from the new year. But Rhian Skinner, what's she telling these two players? Because they look disappointed.
Yeah, I think she'll be, well, first and foremost, trying to keep their spirits up, because there's nothing more disappointing than if you feel like you've played really well as a player, as a front line, or as a unit, and actually you've been let down by a defensive set piece. So there'll be a lot of compliments, I'm sure, to keep their spirits up, emphasising the good things that they did. But I'm sure Rhian Skinner's been in the game a long time. She'll have also said to them that she'd probably have liked them to see the game out a little bit better, manage the match a little bit better, looked after it towards the corner flag, maybe not lashed things away, or just been a little bit more positive when they did get it towards the end of the game. Try and get a second, get a third, and you'd have killed off this Leicester team and any hope they had. So I think they're just disappointed more so from the result rather than this conversation. But it's important she gets around all the players now and keeps them together, keeps their confidence up ahead of Everton next week.
Well, we can hear from one of them, Barclays player of the match, Anouk Denton. She's with Millie Payne.
Anouk, congratulations, you are the Barclays player of the match. I know it wasn't the result that you wanted today, but plenty of positives to take from that performance.
Yeah, it was really frustrating to lose the win in like the last minute, because I felt like we dominated the game. We played really well as a team, created so many chances, and I felt like we were just kind of on top, but obviously they like threw it at us in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, we need to look back at that set play. But yeah, happy to get a point at least, yeah, and something to build off. Yeah.
That ball you put into the box at the start, was that meant to go into the goal, or was that for Martinez to put in?
I mean, it was meant as a cross, it definitely wasn't meant as a shot. So great of her to get on the end of it.
And player of the match today, and plenty of positives to take, not just from the team's performance, but your performance as well.
Yeah, it was a fun game to play in. I felt like as like a wing back, me and Theo on both sides, we had a lot of space, and that's like the kind of game that I like to play, like being able to have space and drive into it and create stuff. So yeah, it was fun to play.
Congratulations. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. Appreciate it.
So Barclays player of the match, Anouk Denton there. She did have a good game, but she said it there herself. Feels disappointing to lose.
Yeah, exactly. It says it all about the mentality. When you've had 3 points snatched away from you in nearly the last kick of the game, it will feel like a loss.
Well, these are the results then from yesterday. Arsenal 1-1 with Chelsea. Aston Villa 1-0 against Manchester United. London City Lionesses today against an informed Tottenham Hotspur have put 4 goals past them. Tottenham with 2. It's a draw. Liverpool 1-1 with Brighton. Here it's also a 1-1 draw. West Ham against Leicester City. And then the late kickoff today, Everton against Manchester City at 2:30 in just over 20 minutes. We can have a look how the table looks after today's results then. Chelsea still top of the league table. Manchester City, Manchester United just behind them with Arsenal in 4th. Tottenham and London City, that battle today keeps them in midfield. Aston Villa in 7th. Brighton, Leicester City, Everton and Liverpool and West Ham picking up their first points of the season with just 1, but West Ham with a larger goal difference keeps them at the foot of it. So it's finished here. A point apiece, a draw at the Chigwell Construction Stadium. West Ham wanted more, but Leicester City said no and scored that last-minute equaliser from Shannon O'Brien. And it's finished here. West Ham United 1, Leicester City 1.